Please. Johanna, will you read the statement of compliance?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the press of Atlantic City, Star Ledger, and posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building. Filed in the office of the municipal clerk, please turn off all cell phones.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Johanna, please take the roll.
Mayor Collins,
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg,
I am here.
Commissioner Horn. Here.
Welcome, everybody. We will begin. I'd like to call Delaney Bankert forward so we can award our beach tag design winner.
Future. She's got a future, yeah.
I think the mayor speak for a little bit.
You want to come take pictures? You want to come up here and take pictures? Yeah. You can? Mom's gonna come up and take pictures. You get the front row right here.
All right. So every year we do a beach badge contest where students draw a design and the commissioners select the winner. And this year Delaney was our winner, and I'll just show everybody real quick her design for this year, so you get a sneak preview. And I will read our proclamation. Whereas Delaney Bankert, a 6th grade student at E.H. High School, is hereby honored by the Margate City Board of Commissioners. And whereas Delaney is congratulated for submitting the most outstanding entry in the 2026 Margate City Beach Badge Contest, achieving the privilege of having her design in the Margate City Beach Badges this summer. Now, therefore, this Margate City Board of Commissioners proudly recognized Delaney by proclaiming today, Thursday, October 16th, 2025, at Delaney Bankert Day. So just want to, again, congratulate Delaney. I will say, and I will say, and I don't want to speak on behalf of Commissioner Horn and Commissioner Blumberg, but it is very, very difficult. We get a lot of students with great designs, and I know Andrew Miles in our rec department submits the designs to us, and I sit there and look at them over and over because it's really tough to pick our favorite. But congratulations, and
Thank you.
And yes, good luck. Thank you.
Ready to give your speech?
Here. Here. All right, and we have some more good news, and I will hand it over to Commissioner Horn and Chief Adams.
Thank you. You want me to start off?
Yeah.
All right. So it's a great day in the fire department. Anytime we can swear new firefighters in or make a promotion in the fire department, it's a great day for us. And it's a great day for our manpower, because hiring these 2 firefighters that are going to get sworn in today takes us back to our full strength. We worked through this past summer, working short-staffed on 2 of our 4 shifts. And this will enable us to get back to full staff and be able to provide, which we didn't. We had no interruption in our services. We provided excellent services, but we're going to be able to provide even better services. We look forward to these 2 individuals with a successful career. And I say that as part of it. It's not a job. This is a career, and it's something you have to really love and really, take the task. And I'm looking for both of you to do just that, to take this upon yourself, to make it a career and to make it a better place than it already is. You see the firefighters standing behind us here. They all understand what it took to get here, and they were sitting in your shoes some many moons ago. But it's an important thing for everybody to understand. We have a lot of pride and tradition in the fire department, and we look for you 2 to expand on that and make it even better. and be part of the future of the fire department. First, we're going to call up Justin Foreman and his family, if they could come forward. There. We need one of the oaths, huh? Might help, huh? On right up front here. We'll have somebody put that on, yeah, you're wearing it.
Justin, who do you want to hold the Bible?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just gonna say a few things about Justin while we're getting ready here. Justin is a lifelong resident. He went through the Margate City School System, graduated from Ocean City High School. He then went on to Stockton University and graduated with a degree in finance. He has worked locally for over 10 years at Scott's Dock. He joined the Longport Volunteer Fire Department in anticipation of moving up the ladder to make it here as a career in the Margate Fire Department. He actually took the last 2 tests, and on the last test, we only hired one, and it was a veteran, and he was just out of the reach to get an opportunity to get hired off the last list. But he excelled once again on this list, and he's standing before you today. He came to the Margate Fire Department certified as an EMT. He's currently attending a career fire academy, which will end on October 31st, along with firefighters from Ocean City, Strathmere, Atlantic City, Pleasantville, and Ventnor. And Commissioner Horn, it's all yours.
Repeat after me. I, Justin A. Foreman,
I, Justin A. Foreman,
do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear
solemnly and sincerely promise and swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States of America
the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New
and
Jersey,
the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully,
faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform and discharge all the duties of the office of firefighter
perform and discharge all the duties of the office of firefighter
in the fire department of the city of
in
Margate
the fire department of the city of Margate
to the best of my ability and understanding.
to the best of my ability and understanding.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
It's a tradition in the fire service to have the official pinning of the badge, so I don't know who's gonna take just the honors of that. It's just gonna go right here. Deputy Chief. No, you come on. Good enough for now.
Give the speech on
What were you getting? Everybody line up. Come on in, Commissioner.
Can I ask you a favor? Can I just move this chair?
Absolutely.
Thank you. That's great.
That far enough?
Yep, that's perfect.
Fire hazard. Blocking an exit. We have 3 things for you to sign, and then here is your official new helmet.
Thank you.
And then come on over here for some signatures. Justin just signed 3 of these right here.
You want black?
I just want black or blue. I always like blue.
okay.
I like blue. Just going for it. Sign all 3, and then we can sit down. There we go. Perfect. While Justin's signing, we're going to give a little background on our second firefighter to be sworn in here today. He comes from a tradition of firefighting. Chief gets a little emotional, so we don't know if we'll get through this because, Deputy Chief Armstrong and I have had a long tenured career together. And it's good to see a second generation firefighter. We have Chief Tabasso in the back who has his 2 sons are firefighters, they're second generation here. And it's a good thing to have that. And it just shows you the upbringing and the values that are instilled in him growing up to want to become a firefighter and follow in his dad's footsteps. Patrick is a lifelong area resident. He went to the Margate schools. He graduated from Ocean City High School. He attended the University of Alabama. He is a Longport lifeguard. He is a current Longport volunteer firefighter. And Patrick actually came to Margate Fire Department certified as a firefighter 1 and firefighter 2. He actually took last summer, and instead of working on the beach 5 days a week, he went to the fire academy 5 days a week with a career academy as a volunteer from Longport, just so he could get his certification out of the way. And that took a lot of time and effort for him to do that, and the ability to want to do that. It really shows his endeavor to be here today. He was in the process prior to being hired of getting his EMT, and has since successfully passed his EMT certification and is now a fully certified firefighter and EMT for the Margate City Fire Department. We look for many good things from Patrick, and we look for him to follow in his dad, Deputy Chief Armstrong's footsteps. Pat and family, please come up.
Come on up, Katie. Anybody? Oh, people in the back? Light the crowd up. Oh. Festus Inc.
I, Patrick K. Armstrong Jr.,
I, Patrick K. Armstrong Jr.,
do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear
do solemnly and sincerely promise and swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
that I will support the Constitution of the United States of America
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and the Constitution of the State of New Jersey,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly
and justly
perform and discharge
perform and discharge
all the duties of the office of firefighter
all the duties of the office of firefighter
in the fire department of the city of Margate
in the fire department of the city of Margate
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
and understanding,
and understanding,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Who's doing the honors?
Dad.
Okay, here we go. Come on over here. All right, how long is this thing here? Let me see. I gotta help you this. All right, buddy. Congrats.
Okay. Oh, we gotta get a picture. Great. Man, picture.
Block that fire exit again. Here you go, Patrick. I know you already wore it to a fire, but there's the helmet. You got it. Congrats.
Thanks for the paycheck. He's got first round at Maynard's, everybody is welcome.
Need your signature 3 times every year. Pat.
Are you? It's in there.
All right, congratulations again, Justin and Patrick. I'd now like to welcome Anna Moore from Post 39 of the Jewish War Veterans to step forward, please.
Hello, Mayor. How are you?
Good, how are you? Thank you.
We're asking at Post 39 that our resolution that's been nationally endorsed by the Jewish war veterans as well as the veterans of foreign wars, the VFW, to have a recognition day for military sexual violence in the city of Margate. I write legislation at the national level for veterans. I served in the military faithfully for many, many years. I was the first woman to drive boats for special operations for U.S. Navy SEALs. And this resolution originated in Margate, where we're from, and Post 39 was the first actual post to recognize this. If I could read the resolution so you could see why the matter is so important and why we would like this to be the first city in the whole United States to recognize this issue before the Armed Forces Committee and the federal government approves this. We'd like the recognition here because it originated here. if I may. Recognition of military sexual violence, Resolution 620. Whereas 1.4 million post 9/11 service members have been affected by military sexual violence, as defined in the Uniform Code of Military Justice, Section 10, Article 120, indicating that 1 in 3 service members have experienced such violence. And whereas the prevalence shows no significant gender difference, with statistical suicide rates reflecting higher incidence among males being raped in combat zones. And whereas the Department of Defense official statistics report 30,000 incidents of sexual assault to service members annually, the actual prevalence was 75,569 in 2021 and 73,695 in 2023, demonstrating that the rates of military sexual violence are 2 to 4 times higher than reported. Whereas 35,000 service members each year, while on active duty, either attempt suicide or experience suicidal ideation, with a greater number attempting suicide. And whereas 1.4 million service members in 20 years post 9/11, 700,000 of my brothers and sisters have attempted or completed suicide due to the infliction of military sexual violence. And whereas a day of recognition for military sexual violence should be established on October 11th each year to expose the great injustices inflicted on our bravest service members who courage to stand up and defend this nation while concurrently fighting to heal from criminal acts perpetrated against them while protecting the United States is recognized. Therefore, now be resolved that the veterans of the foreign service wars of the United States, that we call upon the Department of Defense, all branches of the military, to acknowledge the severity of the military sexual violence and implement comprehensive measures to prevent such incidents, and be further resolved that the VFW and Post 39 Margate, as well as the city of Margate, support the establishment of October 11 as the day of recognition for military sexual violence to honor and support survivors, raise awareness, and promote necessary reforms within the military to address and prevent sexual violence. And I want you to be known that there are people such as myself that was raped in the military, but there are men here that are veterans, that are Brown Water Navy, such as myself, that came from Margate, served their country, and were raped. And they are eagerly awaiting a day of recognition. That is what we're asking the city of Margate, respectfully. Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. Appreciate you coming today.
Thank you.
I was just going to do that. So before we move forward with our engineering report, I know many of you may have been here for the swearing in. I'll give you a 30-second intermission to vacate. Thank you.
Yeah.
Engineering report.
Excited that maybe you're. It's true.
Sorry, Ed.
That's long. Yes. Maybe I was maritime position reports is going to place it. So I. Thank you, Dave.
All right, Ed, if you'd like to begin, please.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Starting out, as always, on our item A, citywide dredging permit, I could not think of a more fitting conclusion to our permitting saga with the DEP. So this is hot off the press. The last update I gave was that the NJDEP had indicated
that a decision would be made by October 14th. As everyone knows, this has been a years-long process, surveys and resurveys, jumping through hoops, doing everything they asked us to do. And I was informed today by the DEP that they missed the deadline, so our permit is automatically approved. So there you go. All that. We have a valid permit and they'll send it over. So can't make this stuff up. Item B is the companion item, which is Shelter Island. There's an item on the agenda today to approve some work to be done by Stockton as part of this permit process. So we continue to move forward on that. Item C is the Washington Avenue Streetscape Project, which is on the agenda today for a bid award to El Ferriazzi Concrete. We did receive concurrence from the NJDOT to award that bid. So that is on the agenda today for award. Item D, the Amherst Avenue Pump Station Project. We had our Green Acres public hearing on Friday, October 3rd. And so that was a box that we had to check before the Green Acres Commission more or less could consider that diversion request. So I believe that's on schedule to be considered and hopefully approved by the end of the year. And then at that point, we can go full speed ahead on final design. The new Public Works building, item E, I did send out a memo over to Pat, and I believe that'll be shared on the value engineering items that we considered for that project in order to reduce costs. Went into some level of detail. Hopefully everyone can take a look at it, and then obviously let me know if there's any questions or requests for additional information. I'm happy to get that information out so that we can have a discussion on how to proceed with that design in that project. Item F is the Ventnor Avenue parking lot. So some more good news here. We did receive our approval from Atlantic County on October 1st, and there's an item on the agenda today to authorize that project for bid advertisement. So that would be going out to bid for construction, and it would be complete in time for the season. So that's exciting. Item G is the Atlantic Avenue roadway project from Huntington to Mansfield, which has been advertised for bids, and we're receiving bids on that project October 23rd, so next week. The 2025 road program is following behind that. We have authorization to bid on the agenda today, so that project will be going out to bid. No updates on the next few items. Jumping down to our construction projects, no updates on maintenance bonds or closeout. The 2023 road program is back into construction, so we'll have that project finished out depending on the weather, certainly before this summer season. And then flipping to page 3, Thurlow Avenue is complete. We're just in the punch list phase. The restroom building is in construction. Winchester Avenue in construction. The 2024 road program is scheduled to start construction sometime this month. We have our contractor working on the lead service line replacement project, and the Atlantic Avenue bike lane project would take place in the spring once our road work is complete. And that's my report.
Thank you, Ed. All right, we will now move forward with our department head reports. Chief Adams, would you like to begin, please?
Maybe. There we go. Thank you, Mayor. Today actually was the last day the fire department wrapped up our fire prevention week. We had a beautiful visit from our preschool class of Ross School. 9 students came to visit the fire station, and it was a great day for them and a great day for the fire department. I do want to mention and talk a little bit about a follow-up from the storm. I have to say, overall, I think the city of Margate fared very well. We did, as expected, have flooding similar to Tropical Storm Erin in August. We had 2 of the high tides during the day that caused moderate flooding in our Back Bay low-lying areas. The weather forecast, though, anticipated the tides to be much higher, and they were calling for much higher levels. I think we fared pretty well and missed out on the major flooding, and we were in the moderate level for flooding. I do want to thank our city department, specifically the Police, Fire, and Public Works Department, for working together to assure the safety of our residents and providing cleanup afterwards. And a special thanks to the police department and Val for getting the traffic barriers out there, because I think that made a world of difference in controlling the traffic flow. In Tropical Storm Erin, we rescued people from 7 vehicles. During this storm, we rescued no people from any of the vehicles. And I think that's attributed to our social media as well, and Shannon and Jesse for getting the message out and providing that information to our people to assure that we kept them informed of what was coming. On one note, we did have a fire on Wilson Avenue. And it was caused from an electric skateboard that had been left sitting in the floodwaters. I need to stress this to our residents. I need to stress this to our visitors. If you have any of these devices with lithium batteries, electric skateboards, e-bikes, scooters, you really need to get them off of the ground and out of floodwaters, because the salt water, when it penetrates into the battery area of the lithium battery, it can be catastrophic as far as this incident. And I have to say, thankfully, to the neighbor who lived next door, who saw the smoke coming from the actual, it was the storm vent on the side, the floodgate. Smoke was coming out of the floodgate on the side of the house, and we actually thought at first we had a crawl space fire, and it ended up being in the garage. But thankfully, to her quick actions in calling 911 and us being able to get there, the area where the fire occurred had probably about 14 inches of water in the street, and it made it for a little bit difficult, effort for us. But thankfully, the fire was small in nature and quickly extinguished, and that. But please, if you have any of these devices and you have them stored in your garage or stored in areas that could be a problem, get them off of the ground when floodwaters are anticipated, especially if you know you live in those low-lying areas that do flood. And that's it, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Captain Lee?
Good evening, Mayor, Commissioners, Department Heads. I only have one thing. We have the Atlantic City Marathon that's coming through this Sunday. Just a reminder to the public, there is going to be some major traffic delays with this going on, usually between the hours of 8 a.m. and 1 o'clock. That's when the large groups of people come through. So the police department has posted no parking signs as of this week on Atlantic Avenue, Jerome Avenue, and some of the other side streets. Barricades have been pre-positioned as well to ensure that we close off the streets in a timely manner. So it's just a reminder to the public to be aware of the delays that are going to occur on Sunday. That's all, sir.
Great, thank you. Roger?
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple things to report. Next week is the flood conference in Atlantic City, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I'll be sure to tell the manufacturer of the flood vent that it acts as a chimney as well, which is anything that works, that helps. That's great. In the low-lying areas, you probably want to get things off the ground about at least 3 feet. So planning board meeting, end of the month, we have about 4 cases on. And Paul and I were talking the other day, this is probably the busiest we've been in several years with the amount of permits and stuff coming in. So things are still going well for Margate in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Roger. Palma?
Good evening. Nothing major to report from the building department. We've just been keeping busy, like Roger said, how busy we are. We've also been trying to work more with our social media team, Shannon and Jesse, to get some more information out to the residents. We had a post a couple weeks ago about the importance of obtaining permits and also how to go about hiring a contractor, because in our office, we can't tell people who they should or should not hire. They have to do their own homework. And so we really encourage people to try to do their own research and check to make sure everyone is licensed and in good standing with the state. So keep your eye on the social media, because I'll try to get more information out there in the future. And that's all I have.
Thank you.
Mayor, one more thing. I just wanted to say that Palma sent an email before the storm to all the contractors, warning them of the storm and to anchor the stuff down, the materials down. And I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah.
And nice forethought by Palma.
Thank you. Pat?
Mayor, Commissioners, how you guys doing? Last weekend storms, we gave out close to 400 sandbags. Our pump stations ran over 40 hours in 2 days just to keep up with the inflow. And we had one tree to come down on Pembroke Avenue. The week of the 27th of October, we'll be doing hydrant flushing. So I'll have Danny send out a phone blast again and Shannon to post something on social media. The water meter program is about 64% complete. And hopefully the next few meetings, we'll have another resolution to continue on with phase 5. That's all I got.
Thank you. Pat, do you want to introduce Kyle? And
Introduce Kyle Weinberg. He's our fill-in tonight for Solicitor Abbott, who is out playing for a procedure. So
Thank you.
thank you for coming.
Absolutely.
I have a message from our tax collector's office. The ad assessment files are going to be downloaded into our operating system tomorrow. The bills will be mailed out as soon as possible. They're due November first by statutory. Tax sale list will be created on October 22nd, with advertising to begin or about 14th. Looks like November 14th for delinquent 2024 balances on taxes and for the utilities. And then the message for the utility portion of it is that the meter reads, the annuals are about 95% complete, and the bills for the overcharges should come out sometime early next week. And that's what we have for the collector's office. I have one item to discuss for workshop. It's regarding a proposal from one of our vendors. We have kind of an issue with the air actuator from our boiler in the building at City Hall. There's the availability to purchase a part that's pretty significant. It's going to be about $10,615. But the rest of the system is obsolete or unable to get the parts for it. They have given us a price to replace the whole thing, which is around $45,484. Those are the two basic choices that we have. So just wanted to bring that forward to you guys' attention. You guys can kick it around and maybe give me some direction on which way you'd rather go. It looks like we're either gonna pay now for the part and see how long that lasts. If something else goes, you know, piecemeal it, or we could purchase the whole entire thing and have parts and stuff readily available. So that's something that you guys can do, kick around, let me know, or if you guys wanted to talk about tonight.
Can you provide us those quotes so we can review them?
I mean, I can show them to you right now if you'd like, but I mean, as far as that goes, I'll make copies and send it forward.
Yeah, I think that would be beneficial. All right, is that all?
That's it for now, yes.
All right, Joanna?
I would like everyone to be aware that mail-in ballot applications are available in the clerk's office. The day to register to vote has passed, and the voting for early voting begins October 25th, and the election is November 4th. That's
All
it.
right, thank you. All right, I'd now like to open.
So can I just make a quick comment with
Sure.
regard to our Zoom? This is our first Zoom broadcast. So we are still trying to work out some of the little games. We practiced a couple of times and we're not quite perfect yet, but we wanted to make sure that we were up and running tonight. If there is a public comment regarding public comment, if you have a comment, all comments are going to be read. Any questions that are going to be submitted, they'll be forwarded to the appropriate department to be responded to. And the way we're going to work that is if someone wants to make a comment, they're going to DM me. I think it's the proper terminology. And I will read the information. When you do DM me, if you are online and you do want to make a comment, you have to provide your name, your address, and some contact information in case we need to get back to you. And that would be for when you're ready to give the public comment. Thank you.
Yeah, just so everybody knows, I'll open public comment here. We'll take the comments and then I'll ask the administrator if he's got any comments online, and we'll address those after public comment in person. So at this point, we will open public comment. If anyone has any comment on anything discussed in this meeting only, please step forward. Pat, do you have any online comment?
Yeah. You say anything? Just double check.
And as Pat said, we do appreciate your patience through this process.
We're good.
All right, is there a motion to close public comment?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Commissioner Horn?
Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Commissioner Horn?
Yes.
Like to call the meeting to order, please. Johanna, will you read the statement of compliance?
The notice requirements of the Open Public Meeting Act for this meeting have been satisfied. A copy of the annual meeting notice was sent to the Atlantic City Press, Star Ledger, posted on the bulletin board in the municipal building, the municipal website, and filed in the office of the municipal clerk. Please turn off all electronic devices.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Attention, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Johanna, please take the roll.
Mayor Collins.
Here.
Commissioner Blumberg.
I am here.
Commissioner Horn.
Here.
Is there a motion for the approval of the September 18th, 2024 regular and workshop meeting minutes?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
All right, we will now open up public comment for resolutions on today's agenda. If anyone has any comment on any of the resolutions, please step forward.
Dennis Korniewski, 7702 Amherst Avenue. In the past, we have one line or resolutions. And last meeting when I was at, I said that we had a resolution about parking between Memorial Day and Labor Day being, paying for it. Then after Labor Day, it wasn't. And then police, Hagginson said, no, in that resolution, it was to the end of the month. So can we go over these one-liners that we have for resolutions going forward? Just not to say, we're going to fix salaries. Who salaries? It doesn't say who and reason why.
So Dennis, the copies that are distributed will have the title, and then on the website, you'll have all the details.
I looked at the website. It's not on all the details. Because I looked at it before I came to this meeting. It's almost the same to what's here. So if somebody can this is what happened the last time where it wasn't, because I went back and looked at that resolution about charging. I don't see it going to the end of the month. And we did waive it for the Margate Festival. We waived the parking fees. So it's not consistent. So can we go over these and
Pat,
put
can you
amounts to it? If
can
there's
you
going to
check
be
the
what
website?
amounts or whatever.
And just see what not now, I'm saying, can you check the website to verify why the resolutions aren't posting, please?
Okay, just give us telling me something that an ordinance here, scheduled fees for codes, doesn't mean anything to me.
So Dennis, again, this is for resolutions only. Ordinances, the public hearing for ordinances is when they're adopted. So that would be at the next meeting. So they get introduced now. Then in 2 weeks, we have the public hearing where anyone's questions and concerns can be raised.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
Do we have any other public comment on resolutions?
So Mike, I have questions on 261. My first question is, about a month or so ago, I asked that we consider surveying the taxpayers as to their feelings on this project. And understanding that it's going to be over $4 million, and a majority of the people, and I've said this before, majority of the people that I've talked to are unhappy with the fact that this Washington Avenue is going to be made one way. So I was wondering where we stand with the surveying of the taxpayers that I requested. That request was an email to the business administrator. Pat, was there any movement or what was discussed on that? I never heard back from you on it.
Do you have the date on that, sir?
No, I'm going to say it was about a month ago where I suggested that we survey all the taxpayers and that you take it up with Commissioner Horn and Collins. Was that not discussed?
It was not discussed, yes, sir.
So the idea is, Mike, and that's okay. We get a lot of emails. My feeling is that this project is not one that the residents of Margate are in favor of. At least most of, if not all of the ones that I talked to. And so my next question would be, did we get any feedback from the Citizens Advisory Council on it? I know the last time we went to spend a lot of money on a project, we had a written position and statement from them. Do we have anything from them? I know we have a couple of members here that spoke out publicly that the people that they talked to were not in favor of the one-way aspect of this. But I don't know that we have anything official from the board. Do you have anything official from the board?
So I do not believe we have a written letter from the board. I was at their last meeting and brought the presentation that Ed provided, the big board presentation, and went through the details with the members. And I will say they were pleasantly surprised at what the project entailed, because I feel like there's a lot of misinformation out there as to the details. And I walked out of that meeting with a vote of confidence from that group, saying that they felt that their questions were answered. They felt much better about the project because, again, there was a lot of misinformation out there as far as what this was going to do to traffic and things like that. And again, from step one, when Ed first presented this to in these chambers, we've made many revisions in order to get to the point we are to answer those questions. So I feel like that first introduction raised a lot of questions. People held on to a lot of those issues, thinking that they were going to remain as we have made the alterations and changes. And Ed, again, I feel like I've said this 3 times, but I commend Ed for doing a great job listening and responding and coming up with a very good project as a result. And I feel confident having walked out of that meeting with the Citizens Advisory Board with their assessment.
Okay.
If I may apologize, sir, I do have an email from you on September 5th. I believe I did start preliminary conversation.
Can you, Pat, I can't hear you. Maybe speak up a little bit.
Sure, I apologize. I do have your email stated September 5th. I did start conversations regarding the possible survey of it, but I never formalized anything, and I apologize. That's my fault.
Okay. The last question I have is one of procedure. Have we certified the grant funds, and don't we have to have the grant funds in place prior to awarding of the contract?
I can only speak on that in the context of some. In the context of some conversations I had with Dave Elliott this week when he was trying to sort through all this. My understanding is there's a couple items on the agenda tonight that are pertaining to those grants and making sure that they're procedurally in the budget, whatever, however that needs to happen in conjunction with this award. That's my understanding, but I'm just an engineer.
No. So if that is in fact the case, then I think the clerk needs to reassign. I don't think we can award, and I don't want to get jammed up on this. I don't think we can award before we do the grants.
Right. Reorder 261, 263, and 264.
That's what I would think. I'd much prefer that we pull it and talk to the taxpayers, but I don't think I'm going to win that battle.
So Johanna, when we proceed, can you proceed with 263 and 264 before 261 for a vote, please, when we get to that point?
Since we're in public comment on resolutions, I just want to let the public know on 259, I'm going to vote no. And the reason that I'm voting no on 259 is that I believe that we improperly hired and paid vendors over the last 6 weeks. And I want to be on record so that our new accounting firm can review our policies and procedures and recommend corrective actions, and that we ensure compliance with the state laws. So I'm going to be a no on 259. And that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. Pat, do we have any online public comment?
No, we don't have anything. on
Okay.
the- so.
Kathy Heitzman's 22 South Washington, pardon me, South Adams Avenue in Margate. In regards to this, and I know Ed and I have talked many times, and he's just been fabulous in terms of working with all of us in the neighborhood. But I agree with Mr. Blumberg in that there are many, many negative. I have not heard one positive, one person talking about positive. That's like you're on the beach talking and you're saying, hey, did you hear about what's going on? And I have not heard one positive person in terms of this project, including our businesses, which need, they need to have this situation, like the girl from Aversa that spoke at that meeting. It's going to really hurt our people at this level. So I just wanted to share that with you. And also, when you talked about misinformation, is there a way that you can, and I'm not asking Ed to do this because he's worked so hard on this, in terms of what our final project is?
I think it's on the website with a point-by-point explanation of what the project is.
Okay, so it's on the website point.
A
Yeah.
point-by-point explanation in plain language. of
Okay,
what's
and that's current and that's accurate.
Yes, the
Okay.
plans were updated
Yep.
when the revisions were made with a itemized change list provided by Ed. Thank you.
Stephen Altman, 9003 Amherst, Margate. With regard to the advisory board, we were never asked to do any surveying. We could. I mean, it's one of the things I consider to be something I'm really good at. Had we gotten a mandate from the commission to do that, I would have seen that it was done. But to my knowledge, no effort was made in that regard.
Thank you, Steve.
Dennis Korniewski, 7702 Amherst Avenue. I had made a suggestion to Pat and also to this group about almost a year ago about prices, what's going to cost us here for these different projects. For instance, like the dredging, I was told, I don't know by Ed. And now we're at a point where we've been approved with a license. What's the cost to the consumer, to our taxpayers here? Also, what's going to cost for Washington to do it?
So the award for the Washington Avenue project is on the agenda, and I believe that was approximately $3.8 million.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. It can be put on the things here that we can read. And
Again,
that's what I'm
is in
saying.
the details of the resolution. And then as far as dredging goes, we have our permit in place. We have our disposal sites that we can use. We have not done engineering estimates because we haven't even decided what a phase one looks like, what a phase, because it's very complicated. I don't want to say it hasn't been done. Ed has all the phases lined up. He has not consulted with commission to say, do you want to proceed in this order? Dredging can only occur June 15th to December 15th every year. So our permit is in place. We can only, at this point with awarding a contract, we will only be able to begin dredging in June, which obviously is our busy season. So there are some things where we have to make some decisions.
Okay,
based
but I'm
on-
saying, certain prices now. So they should show on these lists what put on that. Other things, cost to show at a different time. So we know how much debt we're
And they
going to
do,
carry.
and again, the details of the resolution show all of the bids, I believe, Joanna, correct? They show.
It doesn't show what the estimate, there is an estimate that what you're looking at. Like you said, the lead replacement of lead things could be millions. So their dredging could be so many millions. There's an estimate that you do before you start a project.
So it's my understanding, like the first phase, the estimate is around 5 million.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know that. Give us an estimate and then eventually you'll give us what a cost is going to be. If it's more than that or less. But we have no idea what it's going to be how much more debt's going to be added to Margate for these projects.
Dennis, Ed could probably explain it better, but the dredging project is is complicated throughout this whole permitting process because our dredge hole was altered and that significantly changes the financial
I
implications of the
understand.
project. So, and that's, any estimate would not have been accurate. So now that we have
Yeah.
accurate information, we can provide that.
For the dredging, I would say to think about, this would be like if we had an item on the agenda that's, or in my report that said, we eventually need to pave all the streets in Margate, right? Well, we wouldn't give an estimate for that. As we go through paving the streets, we'll say, this is how much this street's gonna cost, this is how much this street's. And once, what'll happen next, Dennis, is I think now that we have the permit, we're gonna key in on what is phase one. And then you'll start to see numbers on what we expect phase one to cost.
All right, well, that's the thing. It's been 8 years, so I would expect phase one to be done already. Okay, but if we can find a cost, what these are going to be, or an estimate to go along with
Yeah,
it.
and Ed's estimates are included in every one of our bond ordinances because that has to provide.
You don't
we have
see
to-
that.
We do every time we authorize
You get it,
every time we
you
approve.
lump it in with other costs. We don't have it individually broken out. That's what we're looking for. You get a bond for $3 million. We'd like to know that $3 million is so much of his dredging project, so much for buying something for the police or fire department, okay? Lumping it together doesn't help us to see where the money's going to. And
Okay.
Stitch, I take it we don't have somebody now doing the finance?
We have a finance department.
You have a finance department.
We do.
Okay, do you have somebody over that finance department?
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg
Okay.
oversees the finance.
As long as we have somebody looking over it. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Still good, Pat, with online? All right.
Yes.
Is there a motion to close public comment on resolutions?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins,
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
Johanna, will you proceed, please?
May I have a motion for the introduction of ordinance number 18-2025, an ordinance amending chapter 183-6, schedule of fees of the code of the city of Margate City, county of Atlantic, state of New Jersey.
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for ordinance number 19-2025, an ordinance amending ordinance number 11-2025, fixing salaries and compensation of certain officers and employees of the city of Margate City, county of Atlantic, New Jersey.
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 259-2025, authorizing bill payment and claims?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
No.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 260-2025, authorizing transfer of appropriations between sub-accounts between capital ordinances?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 263-2025, a resolution requesting approval of items of revenue and appropriation, NJS 48:4-87.
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes, I'm happy to take the grant money.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 261-2025, authorizing award of contract for FY
Excuse me, Janet.
2023?
If you could vote on 264 prior to 261, please.
Oh, I thought it was 263. Okay.
Both of them.
Oh, okay. May I have a motion for resolution number 264-2025, resolution requesting approval of items of revenue and appropriations at NJS 40:4-87.
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 261-2025, authorizing award of contract for FY 2023 TASA Washington Avenue Streetscape and FY 2023 SST Ventnor Avenue Transit Improvement?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
No.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for resolution number 262-2025 designating authorized signatories for municipal bank accounts?
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins,
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
May I have a motion for the consent agenda, which includes items of business which are not controversial, which is resolution number 265-2025 through resolution number 275-2025.
Motion.
Second.
Mayor Collins.
Yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn.
Yes.
Thank you, Johanna. We will now open up to public comment. If anyone has any comment, please step forward, state your name and address.
Yeah. Dennis Gorniewski, 7702 Amherst Avenue. I want to know what goes on with the building permits. I said, I'd like to know what's going on with like inspections and everything. We had a house that was built that was a disgrace. The actual site that they built a house did not have the proper machines to catch the sawdust. That my house and my neighbor's house were covered in sawdust. They had, I don't know how many times permits that came out. They took 2 dump trucks after we reported it, my neighbor and I, about what was going on at this site. And finally, they send somebody out only to have them clean up the site, but continue to work. So what's going on? How were they able to build a house?
So thank you, Dennis. As Pat said, any, specific individual department related questions will be relayed. So Palma, if you could maybe get an answer to that
I can.
after the, okay.
Okay, so I'm familiar with the property you're referring.
Yes, okay.
And we have addressed the issue and penalties have been.
But why did it,
Inspector is-
why did it take the people who live on that block, watch a house built from the ground up? So there had to be inspections done on the foundation, on the back framework or whatever.
Yeah,
And those
the
never was
building
addressed.
inspections are separate from our local ordinances related
So
to
when-
cutting plastics and such.
So somebody can build a house, violate all this, and get away with it unless the people report it. We have nobody to go around and check these sites?
We do.
You do, but they missed this one. From start to beginning, till we to start to finish, we're the ones that called. You don't have 2 dump trucks come in and clean up a site for like a day or a week's worth of work.
I think I answered the question. I'm sorry.
So the answer is we don't have anybody doing it.
We do have somebody driving around, and as I said, again, Palma could look into this matter further and.
You
get your
need to,
response.
because it was a disgrace that this person got away with it. And we suffer here when there's supposed to be actual laws or something saying you're supposed to catch the sawdust and all that. They didn't. They just let it fly all over the place. They had junk all over the place. They didn't have the actual forms around the building protecting children that ride their bikes along the sidewalks. But that's what you want, that's fine.
No, and we always appreciate feedback from the residents when you see this.
Right, but we don't work for the city, okay? We have city employees that should be going around checking the sites. If we're that busy, we can hire so many more people in different departments. I'm sure we can help out in the other departments. But I mean, if the police are driving around in a car and see a site like that, they can make a referral.
It was addressed.
Thank you, Dennis.
It was addressed. Yes, after somebody called you.
Real quick, before the next comment, resolution 275-2025. I was under the impression it was gonna be pulled, but I wanted to make sure that, it's understood that's a provisional, appointment. I'm not sure it was actually written that way on the resolution. I'm pretty sure it wasn't, so I want to make sure that is provisional.
So do we need to reread it or?
On the consent agenda for review, and consent
Just wait a second.
Said the matter 27525 was on the consent agenda for adoption. As to the specific aspects of it, if they are to be altered, you probably need to revote with those amendments included into it.
Okay.
Or table it for today and then reissue or reintroduce it at another meeting. If you can't, but it needs to be done today, it sounds like, in some fashion, so.
Okay, so may I have a vote to rescind resolution number 275, 2025?
Motion.
So Kyle, rescind it and then make an amendment and do it, or can we make an amendment before rescinding it?
What I would
After.
probably do is make a motion to amend 27525 to include the language as indicated by the
Okay.
administrator.
May I have a motion to amend the language of resolution number 275, 2025 to state that it is a provisional appointment?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins?
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg?
Yes.
Commissioner Horn?
Yes.
Thank you, Pat,
Thank you.
and
Sorry.
appreciate that. We will continue with public comment.
Vaughn Reel, 6 North Mansfield Avenue. And I'd like to comment about last Thursday, October 9th commission meeting. And I want to forget about the fact that I hired the CFO, Lisa McLaughlin, to automate our general ledger in 2003 when it was being done on paper, so it was ripe for graft. Also, let's forget about the fact that I attended Blessed Sacrament with her and Holy Spirit High School, and that she's a born and bred local. And I see her in church on every Sunday. And she's one of the most irritatingly principled person that I know, and is also highly, has a highest level of integrity that you can imagine. Forgetting all those things, this 22-year city employee, the CFO, whose audits for the most recent 2 years had 0 comments, perfect audits. I don't know how many cities in the state of New Jersey can claim that, but I can tell you it's a very small minority. She's under threat of removal. And the main charge when I read this is that she unsuccessfully attempted to enter a city-owned computer of a subordinate who had been out for 3 days so she could obtain any outstanding purchase orders to avoid any late penalties or fees to make sure things were running as efficiently, operating as efficiently as she has been doing for 22 years. And she admitted to this because it was a sanctioned behavior under the prior business administrator, yet she's under threat of removal. On October 9th, in the video, and I was here, it indicates our new BA hired a private investigator without the knowledge of Commissioner Blumberg or consent. And Mayor and Commissioner Horn, you guys didn't validate whether you had knowledge or consent either. The same video, Commissioner Blumberg, and let it be on the record, we seldom see eye to eye, Commissioner, but Ray, I am lockstep with you on this one. These allegations, according to him on the record, appear retaliatory and incorrect, and reading them, I see it, yet the city's still proceeding. This is awful. I can only assume that your legal team's getting ready for a countersuit, because when you look at your ordinance creating the BA position, it states the following, and this is ordinance 2007-24 that creates the BA position. By the way, when you read these, shall means must. The municipal administrator shall be under the supervision and control of each member of the Board of Commissioners, as it shall relate to the departments directly under their control. It goes on to say, as part of their duties, must supervise and coordinate the administration of all departments and offices in consultation with the commissioner of each respective department. I don't see any of that happening here because Mr. Blumberg didn't know anything about this. So I'm sure you're going to get countersuits. Now, with that said, the new BA's been here for 11 months. In 11 months, he's got a 22-year veteran employee with perfect audits under a file of complaint for removal and a $500,000 suit against Commissioner Blumberg. It's not the way we behave in Margate, not with a born and bred local. The best analogy I can think of, and I'm almost done, guys, the best analogy I can think of is 3 owners, because you are in a Walsh form of government. You're 3 CEOs operating independently. The best analogy I can think of is 3 investors buy a building, and that building's being run by a great accountant that always makes the numbers fit. And then he decide to hire a guard dog. And within the first 11 months, the guard dog bites the accountant, bites one of the owners. Eventually, that means you got to get rid of the guard dog. Because if you don't, what's to say the dog doesn't turn on you? And if you don't think your other employees are saying, hey, am I next to have a private investigator investigate me? Because apparently there's no control. He can do it without department's consent. And I know there's some issues because she's a CFO, so it crosses departments. But if you think that nuance is going through the rest of these employees, hey, am I next? Are you next? It's just not the way we behave, guys. Not in Margate. You don't hire a private investigator around the back of the commissioner whose department it's in. My recommendation is get rid of the guard dog before he does any more damage, because it's going to be more damage. You will have counter lawsuits here. That's it. I'm done, and I'm really disappointed. Thank you.
Thank you. This, so the commission's aware, this is a comment, it's not, doesn't require a response, and if anybody's intending to respond, there wasn't any employees' rights noticed or anything like that with respect to today's.
I apologize. With respect to comments on anything with respect to specific employees or potential litigation, I just ask you not to comment on those type of things. Thank you.
Hi, Dan Loveland, 120 South Jefferson Avenue, apartment 102, Margate City, New Jersey. I can't keep up with Vaughn, but the idea, the fundamental idea that you have somebody suing you for $500,000 and you're going to charge up the hill behind the person suing you to go after a 22-year veteran employee. There's just no way that makes any common sense at all. By doing this, you're opening the floodgates for the person who's suing the city to do all sorts of additional research, already hired a private investigator on the city's dime. So how that information is going to be used for his personal lawsuit, this is nuts. This is absolutely insane. I've been in a bunch of different businesses. I've worked for public entities. I've never seen anything like this where an employee who's in the middle of a lawsuit is given so much access to every record that you have. That you might as well just hand him a check. Just hand him a check. That's all.
Margie Real, 6 North Mansfield Avenue. I thank you for your time. I too am going to comment on the suit against Lisa McLaughlin, brought on by our less than 1 year tenured business administrator. He has 2 suits against people within our city within a year, one against Commissioner Blumberg and now one against the CFO. At a cost of an investigation to the city at a cost of $5,000, which was not approved by, at very least, not approved by Commissioner Blumberg, the department head of Lisa. He has a history of harassment and retaliation. Allegedly, there was a suit in Galloway against him. So it goes to, a pattern that we see in the business administrator. Commissioner Blumberg, who Lisa was a direct report to, as Vaughn had mentioned, under the Walsh Act, it's like there are 3 CEOs, one of each department. He had no prior knowledge and did not approve prior to this suit being filed. He refers to Lisa McLaughlin as an exemplary employee. He's been here as commissioner for 19 years. He's overseen her department for 15 years. That speaks volumes. Lisa, I've known for a very long time. She's a lifelong member of our community. She's loyal, she's honest, she's a hard worker, and I know her, she would never do anything to jeopardize A, her reputation, B, her integrity, and C, her license. I urge you guys to please drop this lawsuit, stop the harassment, and in my opinion, I would recommend you investigate and terminate the business administrator. Thank you for your time.
I know, I'm telling you. Dennis Gorniewski, 7702 Amherst Avenue. I'd also like to say the same thing about Lisa. I am not one of a big promoter of the three of yous in the past. The last 2 years since I've gotten to know her about the budgets and everything and these tax increases, she is the only one that I have seen that really puts an effort into explaining to the public why we have tax rate increases, not the BS I get from up top there. And I am shocked that you're telling me that you're going to let somebody run the finances here in Margate and put the onus on Mr. Bloomberg there, who runs the department. He's not the CFO. And you're going to say you're going to hire somebody to come into right now into her position and try to do what she's done with the amount of debt that the three of you are incurring with all these projects. It doesn't make sense at all. And what I'm hearing here, that you two, Mrs. Horn and Mr. Collins, you will not admit or say you didn't authorize an investigation of her for $5,000. If it's going to come out, it's going to come out in the suit. And if you did do that without Mr. Bloomberg's okay, and at least have a vote into it, then the two of you should remove yourself from the panels there. Thank you.
Hi. Thank you. Jan Weber, 9 East Gilmore Circle. What? It's not working? What do I do? That's as far as I go. I'll speak up. Jan Weber, 9 East Gilmore Circle. Next month, I'll be a Margate resident full-time for 35 years. I don't really know any of you or the people you're talking about. I've lived through numerous mayors and commissioners, obviously. Never have I experienced what's going on here. What is the status of all of the lawsuits? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many are there? Who are they filed against? Who filed them? This is public information. I'd like to know, because the reason I want to know is because I'm a taxpayer and this is costing me money. So I'd like to know, what is the cost for all of this? Don't look at me like.
I'm going to
head
instruct
right.
you guys not to answer with respect to anything specific with litigation or personnel matters, obviously. That information, if you are seeking it, ma'am, is publicly accessible online through the court system.
I'm sorry, who are you?
Kyle Weinberg.
Who?
Kyle Weinberg.
Okay, and
Okay.
you work for the city?
I'm serving as solicitor tonight. Yes, our firm, I think, does serve as labor counsel to the city.
Okay, so where do I get all the information?
You can get it on the Superior Court's website, state of New Jersey. There's an e-court system there that you can type in whatever information you're trying to seek. And then that'll give you any information that may be available that's out there.
So you're not allowed to tell me how many lawsuits?
I don't know,
you
ma'am.
Filed again, you don't know
I
the
don't know.
answer, or you don't?
I don't know the answer, first of all, and I'm going to instruct them not to answer anything with respect to any lawsuit.
Instructed by who?
Me.
You've
I'm
been-
telling them not to.
I understand, Steve. Thank you. So basically, I'm not going to get any information about the lawsuits, how many have been filed and what they're costing the taxpayers of the city of Margate?
Like I said, ma'am, that's readily accessible online if it's out there. I'd encourage you to probably look through that avenue to access that information.
Is there anything that the commissioners want to add to what he said?
Again, we're not at liberty to speak on the individual cases. If I knew an answer as to how many lawsuits and the cost, I would certainly-
The animosity that the three of you have shown during your tenure is irrehensible.
Pat, anything online? All right, is there a motion to close public comment?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins,
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn. Yes.
Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second,
Mayor Collins.
yes.
Commissioner Blumberg.
Yes.
Commissioner Horn. Yes.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. Enjoy your evening.